We're going to space.
Whole hullabaloo about you, man, and this mess you got going.
I would take an axe to a couple people's heads. I mean, I would go barbarian.
To a couple robots?
No, to maybe like a town, like Oblivion style.
Whoa, no, you just...
Sir, we're talking about robots.
Scabies is a that's also a staple of white culture.
Y'all some nasty niggas, bro.
Is that white culture?
I believe
Y'all can
scabies,
keep that shit.
Dirty.
But the black people, they smoke the weed and they get too relaxed.
I'm not getting taken down by no British cops.
Is this true, Don Juice? Is this true? You know the foreign affairs. Is this true?
It's propaganda. Just saying.
It comes out. It just comes out. It's like word vomit. I say howdy a lot. Like it's my go-to form of greeting.
But why?
I don't know. I liked how it sounded one day, and I just
do you type
just kind of kept going.
Do you have the word
Andy? Yeah, I do type. I will in fact type howdy.
Do you have the word Andy tattooed on the bottom of one of your feet by chance?
Nice.
I do not, but I do frequently wear boots. Like almost every day. I have on a pair of boots. It's a problem.
These boots are made for walking.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
Looking
anyway, we're back with season 4. This is episode 1. Technically, I guess we did allegedly. You know, we're not going to get into the logistics. But I'm hosting it. It's me, Space Boi Dandy, here with other people. So let's get into who those other people are. To my left, we have Artrell. Been here before.
Hello, people.
Hi, hello. How are you today?
I'm doing very, very well. How are you?
Good. I didn't have a really cool intro for you. I tried to think of one on the spot.
I'm gonna come up with some AKAs the next time that I'm on this.
I had one for podcast. I had one that you should just used it.
Okay, so Brad just showed up. He's here, and you know, we're gonna keep going on with the intros. So in front of me, directly in front of me, new fresh cut, freshly cut, all the cuts. It's Carlos.
Yeah, it's Carlos, aka Spice. Nice to be back.
Ooh,
3. I think it's like I'm like 2 episodes in a row now.
Yeah.
More often than ever before.
Yeah, boy. That's what's up. We appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Let's go. You. Next to Carlos.
Do the thing.
I keep running into the mic. It's like a problem. It's the Boss Burger himself.
No, God damn it.
Motherfucker.
No, all right. I'm ending this episode early right now. You know goddamn well I'm not no fucking Boss Burger.
You guys just need to get some boxing gloves and do
No, I'm not going to. I will never hit a woman. Do it the right way.
Sounds like an easy win for you, Zab.
Okay. It's the motherfucking B.A.
AKA
Bro Hamilton.
Okay, there we are.
Okay.
The BH is in this bitch.
The Bro Hamilton style burger is available.
No, shut up. Stop it. No. I'm gonna throw your cat ears away.
Don't say that.
Yeah, see, okay.
Gosh, you're so.
Put your hands to this.
Don't be so bitter.
I'm not bitter.
I'm glad to have you.
I'm not bitter.
We're glad to have you. Thanks for coming. Hi, friend. There's another friend that's next to me on my right. next to the
What?
BH.
What?
The man, the
What?
legend.
Hello.
The man, the
Yes.
legend himself.
Yes.
Hi, hello, sir.
What? What do you want? You want to talk shit? Yes. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody. I'm back.
You're back again.
But I'm not even back 'cause I'm on every fucking episode.
I mean, well, we're all back. Every time we come.
Is it coming back?
we're-
It's not like it's coming
well, there's
back.
someone
It's like
who's
it
not
just
going to come
continues.
back. So,
Like, well, see, the dog doesn't want to hear it 'cause it's hate. It's not true. It's false. Fake news. It's fake fucking news.
well, here we are. So, seems pretty real to me. But, I mean, okay. So, let's get into it anyway. We've got some stuff to talk about. It's just some random made up stuff. So, let's get into it.
Is it made up?
How dare
Yes.
you pretend to these people like we don't have a plan right now?
We never have a plan. Listen, there is no plan.
People, we are very
We usually
prepared.
do.
We're
though.
never prepared.
We're very
What do
prepared.
you-
One take, just
What are you
one
talking
take.
about?
It's all one take.
We have literally
It's
been
all
planning
off the
this
cuff,
out.
off the dome.
We've had
There's
words,
nothing written down.
We've
okay?
had words written on this board for nearly 40 whole minutes. We are fucking prepared.
And it's in
Those
your
words are a figment of your
and
imagination.
it's in your handwriting.
You don't know my
They're not
handwriting.
from my imagination, but they're from someone's.
Well, anyways, so Halloween was yesterday, right?
No.
That was a thing.
Didn't happen.
Twice.
I felt the least amount of Halloweeny this year, but going off of that, we were talking about some animals earlier, and what is the scariest animal to you? Someone at some point, doesn't matter.
Wasn't nobody talking about animals?
We're gonna.
earlier?
Yes, they
That
were.
was never
We
a
have
thing.
to bust her out like it's
Yes,
part of the
they-
show. It's part of the show.
I heard something
It's
about
part of the show.
I heard some animal
Y'all. God damn it, y'all. Okay.
The most terrifying animal is a honey badger.
Is that your personal opinion, or is that factual?
That is a fact. 100%. Or whatever the kids are saying.
Nah,
these
I
days.
gotta disagree. I'm gonna go Velociraptor.
Sir. A
Okay, no. All right, so
velociraptor?
hold on. Let me rephrase.
Are we including
Let me
dinosaurs
rephrase.
Yeah,
as
no,
animals?
No, we're
Velociraptors,
not.
fuck
We're
them
not. We're
niggas.
not including dinosaurs. We're including current animals that could fuck you up.
Okay, all right, easy. Boom. Komodo dragon. Boom. There you go.
Boom.
Dinosaur. Alligators. Boom.
Komodo dragons are trash.
They're basically.
You're saying you
basically-
fuck up a Komodo dragon?
I'm saying that they use bacteria and then, you might die 4 days later, blah, blah, blah. They track you. But you got 4 days to get a fucking cure. That's a whole lot of time for me to find the goddamn cure. Well, I am a human, so I only give a fuck about what I'm talking about. What do you mean?
Boom roasted. Yeah. I don't know. I would say what you mean. Because when you think of spooky season, you think of or spooky animals. I don't see how cats are supposed to be fucking spooky.
Bro, you guys look up fucking honey badgers, man. They're
I don't
vicious.
see how snakes, spiders,
Snakes can be.
I love
Yo,
I
you-
love my
that kind of
snake.
thing.
if you pop up on the wrong snake, bro.
No,
You're
I'm just
donezo.
saying that's like a Halloween thing. Bats don't bother me at all. They
Bats
seem
are
to be
super
very-
cute.
They eat a lot of mosquitoes and bugs. They're chill,
They're like rats with wings.
but better.
You're like a rat with wings. Okay.
Knock it off.
Okay.
That's
So
enough.
let's go ahead and
Knock it
let's do that.
But I would say
I'm sorry, what? Yeah.
anaconda, gotta kill them. Tarantulas, gotta go. Great white sharks and
Tarantulas
crocodiles.
don't even have any. They're not even poisonous usually.
This is your hit
All right,
list.
if you walked into your apartment or walked home right now and you saw a spider the size of a fucking basketball,
I wanted.
that's not like.
I'm walking
all right,
back
I gotta
out.
get the. All right, fuck this.
I
shit.
wanted a pet tarantula.
All right, well, obviously you're.
You wanted one the size of a basketball?
They don't come that big. You're gonna.
Yes,
have
they.
to get,
You ever heard of the door trap spider?
okay, that's
it
in nature.
digs
You
a-
can't get them as pets. It's not like a. It's not like a. you
Okay,
can't
but they
have
do
them.
exist.
They exist, but you can't
Like
have them.
this fucking big.
Okay, you go catch it. Go catch it.
No, I don't
and then
want to catch it.
Go catch it and try to domesticate
Well,
it.
to
No,
be
I wanna
fair,
domesticate it.
to be fair, this isn't scary as pets. This is scary as animals.
Yeah, the scariest
Yeah.
animals.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll get a
Carlos,
shotgun.
please, offer
and I,
offer us some. What's a scary animal, spooky animal?
Oh man, that's a good question. There's so many scary animals. Let me see.
Like, what animal keeps you up at night? Like, oh man, I hope that guy doesn't pop in my window.
You know, honestly,
feds be?
Can the feds count?
The human. The
'Cause I don't
human
trust-
is the scariest animal.
People are animals. Technically.
Yeah.
By
No.
loophole, yes. Humans
People
should
are
count.
It's not a loophole. It's a fact.
No, it'd be like if just
just
Dwayne
is.
showing up at your window because he's the fucking feds. Hey, Dwayne. Oh, hey, Dwayne. That's how I should have said it. I'm sorry. Inside joke.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's. I mean, honestly, I think scorpions, anything venomous is really scary to me because like them shits. Like I've heard of some that will kill you like several days later. You don't even know you're dying. You know, just like and you just randomly die.
Yeah, that's fucking scary.
You're just like, I think this bite is fine. I don't think it was anything venomous. I don't think.
That's
And then-
when people fuck up. For sure. Definitely.
And
What-
you, Jax the cat, is
Well,
your worst.
What I think
Beat you
those
up.
motherfuckers that you can't see, those little, well, I guess they're not animals. They're just more so like microorganisms. But
Like amoebas.
yeah, like the shit that's like on Monsters Inside Me, who'd be like, "Oh man, I've had eye pains for like 3
But
years."
that only
and-
happens if you go to like
you know?
the Amazon and.
But well,
just-
I want to travel. I don't want. I'm
with your shit
afraid
open-
to go
open cut.
certain places because I don't want some shit to like bite me, and now I have a parasite in my fucking arm.
understand
bro.
how
in
you go
India,
travel.
they
No.
shit in the
I know,
water. and
I know the
stuff.
scariest one. It's those ones in the Amazon that go up
Swim up your pee
go up your
hole?
male or urethra. Yeah, and they swim right up.
All
and they
up
force
in
their
your
way up.
pee hole.
And they
No.
get into
So you
your
gotta
urethra.
duct tape. You gotta tape
No.
your
They
nose.
let their
That's
spikes
real
out.
fear
how
right
you
there. That's
avoid-
real fear.
You know, you avoid those things. You just don't go to the shithole countries.
When are you planning on going to the
That's
middle of
simple.
the Amazon?
Yeah.
However,
It's like if I got to go to a country that if going to the country means I could potentially get attacked by a bug that's gonna plant some shit into me, guess what? I'm just not gonna go there.
get you a good
It's not-
bot fly
I don't want a
family.
bot fly. I want no bot flies. I don't want no fish swimming up my pee hole. I don't want any of those things. So if that's in your country, I'm just not gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to spots so I don't have to worry about stuff. Well, the worst I think I got to worry about is either like big ass mosquitoes or like flying cockroaches. Nothing worse than that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You're not living life if you've not had a fish up your urethra.
Yeah, no, you just gotta go.
I don't.
You gotta
Well, that's
tape
not
your,
the life I
You
want to
gotta
live.
tape your dick hole
You
closed.
don't-
Then you can go swimming
I
as
don't.
much as you want.
Well, no, I've seen it. Like the native peoples in those areas, they'll literally put like a conical thing on their dick just to
Yeah.
like protect that shit.
First
Boy.
of all, those fish only swim up there if you're pissing in the water. Get your nasty ass out
But
the
a
goddamn
That's
lot of
true.
it-
That's it. Wait.
That's
so
what your
Everybody's
fucking
pissing.
problem-
Do you
Even
not-
the fish
That's what
pissing
your
in water.
goddamn problem
Hold on.
is.
Everything's
Hold on.
pissing in the water.
Pause. You don't pee in the. You've never peed in the water.
I don't
Let's
pee.
get
I
that
don't
straight.
pee in water where fish are gonna swim up my dick hole. No.
Have you ever peed in any body of water, moving or still?
Yes, I have. But guess what? There weren't fish trying to swim up my dick hole.
Was it a pool?
Was it a pool? Yes, I pissed in a pool before.
And there's no fishing.
Are we
pools.
gonna act? Come on.
So,
Come on.
roasted.
Come on.
Well, I mean, think about it. How do you know that nobody in the pool is trying to swim up your dick hole?
How do you know
What
that?
if everyone in the pool simultaneously peed?
Then we would all be swimming in piss at the same time. It doesn't matter
Hey,
what happens.
that happens all the time. Nigga,
People
have you
piss all
been
the
to
time.
Wade
Where
Wild?
everyone
Have you been to
pees?
Typhoon Lagoon?
Not since I saw
bunch
that.
of bunch of sweaty tourists pissing in the water.
Not since I saw
Not
that.
wiping
South.
their ass.
First of all,
It's the worst.
public water always sounds disgusting to me. It's like a bath that everybody's just fucking hopping in and out of. It's fucking
If
disgusting.
we went back to those societies that had public baths, like, back in like
Yeah, that
Roman
shit's
Empire
gross,
and shit,
yeah.
like, what would y'all do? Like, what if you didn't have a choice because we had to conserve
Well,
our water?
What if a
because
whole
we
bunch of
fucked up?
people were going to water parks, which are also these bath things,
Well,
and they were fucking
No,
spending
but
lots
I'm
of money
saying that's
to-
a choice.
I mean, that's
yeah,
just how
all
things.
of
I'm
us
saying,
are.
what if you weren't allowed to, like, there was no indoor plumbing like in your house anymore, and you had to go to the public bath if you wanted to take a bath?
I guess I'm boiling water.
How far are
nigga.
we going back? Because back in the day in the public baths, like Roman areas, the athletes, they would bathe them in oils, and they would, like, use these fucking things to scrape the oil off of them, and then they would give those to people to ingest because they thought they were ingesting, like, their...
Well, I mean, another thing
strength
too
and
is
their
like you guys are
power.
talking about
No.
bathhouses, right?
Specifically bath, yeah.
Well,
Well,
to
here's
the
the thing.
Romans, there's
Let's
some
talk-
freaky
They
motherfuckers.
were.
Let's talk about Roman bathhouses. You guys know, like, the whole dilemma about how people
That
used
sounds
to
like something
how
different
people used to
somehow.
wipe back then.
Mhm.
Roman Empire. Do you guys know how they used to wipe back then? 2 words: communal sponge.
Oh no. The
Who?
They're sharing the butt sponge.
People have used all types of things to wipe their assholes.
No, no.
That's a no for me though.
It's a hard. I'm just not wiping at that point.
with salt water and vinegar, and they used to share the sponge on a stick.
What y'all know about?
So you coming out the bathroom. Not only are you like contaminated, but you smell like extra stank.
What do you smell? Yeah, smell like salt and vinegar chips.
Just extra vinegary.
We used to use all
That's
types of
disgusting.
things.
Peppery.
Fucking
peppery.
Before toilet paper, it was leaves, corn cobs, all types of shit that people use in it.
You had to use something. I feel like
who invented the bidet? Just like
The Japanese did.
Somebody who was far above their.
The Japanese invented. That's just no mess. You just kind of hover over there, squirt a water gun up there, get all clean.
Yeah, but
has anyone here tried a bidet?
But then your asshole is wet.
My friend Robin has a bidet. It's pretty.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It is.
Honestly, toilet paper is kind of barbaric.
Do you have to physically spread your cheeks, or does the water just get up in there?
I mean, I'm assuming the water does it mostly for you. I'm assuming you might have difficulties if you have a particularly fat ass. But otherwise, it does a pretty good job. Especially especially the toilet.
I guess if you're sitting a certain way,
is that big?
Listen, if it's
to the point where you can't get you never seen those
you think about all those big
they can't
no
they still smell like who's I smell some shit.
No, you need to be thinking
they just can't they're physically they just can't do it. Their ass is so big they cannot get all the way up there. So
you need to be thinking about is how dirty people's asses like Cardi B's are. They get all that fake shit in there.
Oh yeah,
and then they can't read.
She got
reaching back there.
Shit particles just hanging out.
Shit particles everywhere.
And then she want to try to turk her my face.
They're not used to cleaning all that ass.
Tragic. That would be really fucking tragic.
Stankiest of the stank.
Brad looks either disturbed or confused.
He's so sad.
Why, Brad? Why you look like you about to star in the next fucking episode of Atlanta, bro?
Thanks.
With the nose ring and shit.
Listen.
Here's hoping you get on Atlanta, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
No, literally though,
like
it depends, right? He has one of those ones that you buy on Amazon and you install it onto your toilet. If you have like a legit Japanese bidet, those shits are they're like those massage shower heads, but on your ass.
So they have multiple settings.
Yeah, exactly, and they'll caress your anus.
Is there like a bidet that shoots the water in your ass like a water pick?
Yeah, basically.
Like the water picks like the dentist water picks.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it just squirt the water? That's kind of aggressive if it's shooting the water.
Those are aggressive tactics for you.
It'll be clean though.
But you'll be
it's
clean.
gonna give you a deep clean if it's shooting that hard in your ass.
I wonder though, what is actually the rate of the cleanliness here? Because it can't be 100% accurate. It's only water, and we tell people all the time, water is not a sufficient cleaning method. You have to do more than just splash some water on yourself.
It's the pressure.
But because of the bacteria, you can't really soap it up and shit.
Toilet paper is probably less.
You're not supposed to put certain things inside of you.
Don't put it inside, but I'm saying on top.
But your asshole.
I wonder if Japanese
inside.
bidets.
There's lots of veins in your asshole.
I wonder if Japanese bidets blow dry you too.
They do. Because that's another thing too. Is you can't just use that at imagine if those were the standard here. And you just use that, and it's no toilet paper, just water on your ass, pull up your pants, and just, I guess I'm going back to work.
I'm not walking around with a wet asshole.
Dripping shit water down your pants. Walking to class.
There are advanced bidets that also have like a dryer kind of thing.
Yeah,
going on.
you need those.
But imagine the possibilities though. Imagine feeling super fucking fresh all the time, every day.
True, but I'm just trying to imagine how does an ass air dryer feel? You're just shooting that hot air in your asshole.
I think that actually that sounds actually kind of fun.
Imagine getting a blow dryer to the asshole. Imagine how that feels.
Seems like it'll tickle.
I'm gonna try that later on. I have a blow dryer at home, and I'll report it next week.
So, one last thing on bidets though. It's a fact that since they use either reduced or no toilet paper, that they're green too. So
they're kind of green, I guess.
They use less water overall than making toilet paper. So even though they use more water, or it seems like they use more water, they actually use less water.
Nice. Well, if you...
I don't care about being green. I want my asshole to be clean, okay? I don't want my ass to be green.
I don't care about being green, just my asshole clean.
I don't want no moldy asshole, so I think that I'm just going to use some toilet paper for right now.
Well, personally,
But I
I
like
feel
the
like
idea.
if we're just gonna keep going with this, toilet paper is never sufficient enough. You need a wipe.
Do we have
I
to keep going with
actually,
this? You do need to wait.
yeah, you need a
I
wipe.
agree with you.
I would go
Yeah,
to the extent
gotta-
of like if there are no wipes available, I'm in a public bathroom. TMI, get a like wad of the
Get
toilet
about 4 or
paper
5
and then
paper
just
towels.
like wet it in the sink. So then I have it.
That's not TMI.
As a
I do
wipe.
that also.
What if the
See, look at that,
what if the
twinsies.
disabled stall is occupied?
See, but a bidet
Then I
could do that
pre-make
for you,
one.
though. I mean, the bidet
You
would
just walk around with wet paper. You just walk around with wet.
First of
wet
all,
toilet paper.
First of all, you know what
towels in your purse. That's the move.
you know exactly what you're doing when you go in that fucking bathroom. When I get in there, I hit like 4 paper towels. I fold them in half, and then I put them under the water real quick, and I rinse them out. You know what you're doing in there, okay? You know what you've been eating. You know what's happening.
You know how your stomach
know
is
how your
feeling,
stomach's
how
going.
it's set up, and it's just not happening. Like, I would love to just not ever poop in public. That would be my preference. But that's not the way the cookie always crumbles.
All right, didn't we talk about shit
we
in
did.
public?
We
last-
did. We're not going to go into
Yeah,
it
'cause
again.
I can't handle that. No more shit. No more smegma talk. No more shit talk.
Wait, no one even brought
Shmegma.
up. Okay, we're not doing it. We're not.
No, I'm just putting it out. No more.
We're not doing that. This
What we got?
We're moving on.
Thought logic.
We're moving on to thought logic.
This are. Oof.
Okay,
Go-
what?
go ahead,
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Are we talking about all categories of thoughts? Because there's many subcategories.
There's so many. Well, hold
No,
on.
a thought is
I'm
a
glad
fucking
you-
thought.
I'm glad you brought that up, Carl. Let's delve into that just a little bit, real quick.
God damn
I
it.
mean,
That's not enough time. That's a whole episode by itself.
there are so many different, levels to thoughtery. It's just, it really is an interesting term. I mean, and the term thought itself,
Is
That
Has
hoe
evolved.
over there.
it's stupid?
it's evolved.
That whore over there. No,
No, it's hoe.
Yeah. What?
It's that hoe.
It's that
over
hoe.
there.
No, I
Don't,
said
don't be a
hoe.
misogynist,
Yeah, 'cause
man.
whore
It's-
starts
it's
with a
that
W.
Yeah, I
hoe.
know.
Yeah.
It's an acronym. You gotta get the letters correct.
What else? I'm trying to think.
No.
Well, because you have
Yeah,
like
that's
you have like on one level is the internet e-thought,
Mhm.
which is like they thought it up on the internet, but they're
Mhm.
unicorns. You never see them in real life because they're like neats, but they're women.
Yeah, draw
You-
my cam.
You do see them in real
My
life. You just don't
OnlyFans.
recognize them because they don't have all the filters on.
Yes, I agree.
Burn.
They're around.
They're the bitches like, oh, hey you. Like, just walk. Nobody gets that.
Yeah, they look like fucking hobbits
I know Kutre
in
gets
real
it.
life.
Wow.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, you.
They look like how.
Brad gets it. Okay, no one else here gets it. All right. All right, forget it.
I don't get
Somebody
it.
will listen to this and be like, wow.
I don't. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a-
So, well, anyways, yeah. There's
It's a porn
the
thing.
e thoughts. There's the art thoughts. They think that they're super like woke and artistic, but it's like
Those
they're
are
just
fucking
really on
words.
some thottery. And it's like, cool, dude, do you, but it's like you're not profound.
Like that's is if you want to be a hoe, be a hoe. You want to get fucked. But don't try to like overshadow with me like, oh well, I'm doing this thing. I'm this such and such. Like just everybody's got needs. Just put it out there. This hey you want to fuck me? All right, cool.
I get what
Do
DJ's
that.
saying. It's like don't pretend you're not something.
Yeah.
Just own it.
Don't try to hide it or wrap it up in something else. Like the chicks, like this is my thing, is the chicks on like Instagram, and I've seen them on Twitter, and we've actually on me, Kutra and Jay, we've actually like had a couple times on Twitter, just like kind of calling out girls that have their Cash App in their bio, because like, what is this even here for? Why is your Cash App in your bio?
What do you? Yeah.
You don't have any business. You're just here.
Freelancers, what you mean?
They are freelancers, and
They're contributing to the free market economy.
also, what are you doing on all these bitches' pages that have these Cash App shit on there? Because you're looking at them, so obviously
No.
what they're doing.
You're
is working.
contributing to their
No,
popularity,
this
sir.
one-
all right, you stop it and you stop it. This was back when they were like calling out all the making them file tax returns or whatever
Mm-hmm.
to pay taxes on it. I'm like, and we're like, oh, the boys are hungry tonight. Let's go. And I just would just start going because you know how Twitter works. People just retweet shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's a two-way street, though, because you can have e-thoughts that have their cash apps on their profile pages if you don't have thirsty dudes, too.
Exactly. Dumb niggas ready to pay them.
Clearly, they're getting money.
Well, those niggas are fucking dumb, and they don't ever deserve the right to vote or do other
I'm
important
not going to
shit.
say all that.
Because they're just fucking dumb at this point.
But, so here's my thing, okay? When we talk about specifically thought logic, right? It's just, it's a lot of gymnastics are happening with the brain. You're just doing all kinds of flips and shit to get to this conclusion. And, an example I can think of, I don't remember who posted it. Someone had posted on Instagram some shit about how the gist of it, monogamy, oh God, what was it? Something about how monogamy, doesn't mean that you're secure in your relationship. Being with a partner who chooses to be with you does, or some weird shit like that. And I was like, what?
It was like word salad or something, like you couldn't understand what the
So
angle
let me guess.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers poly. They polly pocket. They like to hang out.
Yeah, they were basically trying to say that if you're in a monogamous relationship, that doesn't make you more secure than someone who's in, I guess, a polyamorous relationship or whatever. But if
it was word salad. They're not even really making a real point, is what you're
no,
yeah.
they're not. No, because being in a monogamous relationship means you're choosing the other person.
Exactly,
that
you're
person's choosing
choosing.
you.
It's not.
So to
no
try
one's
to
forced to be
Exactly.
monogamous. Like that's the thing.
So,
it's like
to try to cover it up and be like, oh well, you're only there because you can't. It's like no. If
that's
I'm
so weird.
married to my wife or whatever, like I'm the only person that's gonna be fucking my wife. Unless we have an agreement or whatever the fuck may be, where some people are into that crazy shit, but overall, it's just like no. If you want to be poly, just say you just I just want to be a fucking hoe. I want to go out. I want to fuck everything.
Whoa! I don't think necessarily. I'm not gonna throw all poly people under the.
Poly is less about
most
being
people,
whores. Poly people actually have like serious love relationships.
Yeah, like you're just actually able to have these connections.
I have a hard time buying it. Just like
I feel like you'd always have a favorite, though. You'd always have someone that you love the most.
Well, yeah, but then
you do. That's why it's called a primary.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah, they have.
All right, hold up. All right.
Well, here's the thing. Let me make a point. So I can actually clarify this. There's being in an open relationship is different from being poly. Is actually a philosophical statement. They have like a ethical code of sorts that is like surrounded by philosophy. You can be in an open relationship or be a swinger and not be poly.
Okay.
They're like two separate things, basically.
Gotcha.
That's what I was saying. Being poly is about love. Like you're actually having a relationship with this person that you are with. It's not just like a sexual thing.
That's what I thought.
Multiple people are all trying to figure out how to make it work together.
I think here's the issue. I think this is the issue where like you guys kind of come in between. Is that I feel like some thoughts use poly as an excuse to just be a hoe. Mm-hmm. Essentially, is the short of it.
That's what I'm saying.
They're just like because there's a certain level of emotional maturity that has to come with juggling that many people, and they don't have. So then they're just
okay, hold on. I remember the wording now. It was like being secure doesn't come from being monogamous. Being secure comes from my person choosing to be with me.
I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
That's what it was, and I was like. Like, is that not monogamy? Like, I'm confused. What are you saying?
No, because I can choose to be with you, and I can also choose to be with someone else, which is not monogamy. It's polyamory.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Assuming it's ethical.
But I get. I mean, it does take a certain level of maturity, but the majority of people are these thoughts that kind of hide behind that. Oh well, I want. Like they're not mature enough to be in a committed relationship with one person.
Let's talk about mature. Monogamy was made by like Disney. It's like fairy tale bullshit. So monogamy, I think, is just like childish kind of BS.
Interesting.
I think that it's made up. It's like fairy tale shit. You always see, this couple gets together and then they live together happily ever after, but you don't see what happens after that. It's all.
So wait, are otters not real, sir?
Are what?
Otters not real? Otters have monogamous relationships and they stay with their partner.
But we could swing around
like birds.
That doesn't
swing around with animal
Is that
stuff all the
something
time.
that you learned off of National Geographic, or have you followed an otter couple and realized this on your own? You're just taking their word for it.
I'm taking their word for it.
So you don't know.
I mean, we could throw
I
on.
don't know anything.
We could throw on.
If we're being honest, there's nothing that I really know.
I mean, we could throw on animal anecdotes all day, though. I mean, like bonobos are closer to us than chimpanzees, genetically speaking, and they fuck for everything. If they want food, they fuck. If they want something to drink, they fuck. If they want to fuck, they fuck. You know, and they don't care who they fuck.
That's our.
They don't care who they fuck.
Those are our cousins right there. People are the same way.
Listen, here's my thing. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with like having love for multiple people or wanting to be with multiple people or just wanting to have sex with multiple people. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I do have a problem with people making it seem like, you know, monogamy is forced upon people, because I don't think anyone is forced into it. Like, I mean, I think
it's a natural thing. Look,
I think the idea.
To be with...
I think the idea is that it's forced. It feels forced upon people that are poly, because if you are poly and you're not into the monogamy thing, then it's gonna feel like everything else in the world is, you know, one person, two people together. So I think that's what they mean by like force. I don't think they mean it's like no one's trying to force it, but people are trying to let you know that that's not what you have to do.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're told.
Well, I mean, to kind of take it back to the,
you're told to get together. You're gonna find somebody, fall in love, get married, and then you two are gonna be together. Like that is the story that you've been fed your entire life. So of course that's what people believe. But
yeah,
I think they're just saying like you don't. That's not.
Well, the person who, I'm guaranteeing to you, I get what you're saying, and I appreciate, because you're bringing up, you know, like thoughtful, valid points. But I guarantee to you, the person who posted this is not.
Oh, I have a personal
I'm saying
story.
A good.
Go ahead,
right.
DJ.
I was just saying a good percentage of the people who claim to be like the people that you're talking about are really about it. Like I can respect that, but there's this other percentage who they
use it as a shield.
They're not in it for that. They're just using it as.
There's always going to be people that use things for negativity.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just here to. I can say that.
I have
other like. I bet you asked.
Like, I'm a sex addict because I just can't stop banging people.
That's
why
I bet you asked some people who. I'm poly. Okay. Well, what does it really mean?
Well, hold on.
They couldn't even answer it. They couldn't answer it.
Well, I have a personal. I have two personal stories, but one thing I will say is that, you know, you got like DJ's right in a lot of ways, because there are a lot of people who, like, it's very clear that just having one relationship, like you guys said, is very complicated. It takes communication and all this stuff. Like, if you want to get serious about it, it's hard to maintain one relationship. It's even harder and more drama to have more than one relationship. So the fact of the matter is there's a lot of people who, in fact, use poly as kind of an excuse to kind of run from their issues, and kind of like, instead of having one failed relationship in a row, they just have like this network of failing relationships, and they use it as kind of like an emotional kind of like
a crutch.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I have a personal story. I have a story that'll relate back to thoughts in a second here, but I knew this poly group, and I was like acquaintances with some of them. I don't know if I would call them friends, but they all had this like a political / ideological like bubble, and May knows about this too, but they had this thing where basically they had this thing where if you didn't agree with them, you weren't allowed to be in their friend group. They were like super SJW.
That's fucking annoying.
And so, but they all dated each other and they all agreed with each other, so it was one big circle jerk. But but as it relates back to thoughts, my sister actually had a roommate who was a massive thought, right? Oh. She was one of those e-thoughts that, you know, she sold her pictures online, which I'm not going to bash anybody for doing that if you do that. But this particular chick, she
wish I could sell my pictures online. If anybody's interested in buying,
well,
I will give you my cash out name.
She basically convinced one of her fans to be with her, and he moved all the way over to Florida to be with her. And like on the internet, she's one thing, right? On the internet, you see all the curated pictures with the filters and all that. But
yeah.
In real life, her house was filthy. Her cats were in such bad shape their fur was falling out.
Oh gosh.
She looked like a hobbit, like Kim Kardashian.
Exactly, yeah. And then there was just like, she was just filthy. She wouldn't shower. Like her house was like completely nasty. The cats would piss all over the carpets. And my sister told me that she actually hit her boyfriend multiple times, like not in like a oh, they got into a heated argument thing, but just to abuse him. you know, and there was this thing where, like, basically she would do things, and then she would say, oh, it's because we're in an open relationship. You know, like, she would go and fuck dudes and be like, but that's not how it works. You're supposed to have communication.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Those things are supposed to be, like, predetermined.
Predetermined.
You do these things.
You have your
can't be like,
boundaries
oh,
set.
well, I'm
You're supposed to
poly,
talk about
so that
things.
means I can bang people.
And it's
Yeah.
just like...
It's not what that.
And then,
that's
like,
not how
later
it
to come
goes.
by and be like, oh, no, well, we agreed to be poly. I'm just banging people. It's like,
No, because there still has to be trust. Like, you still have to be able to trust the person that you're with.
There's a lot of
Like-
trust. You have to
If there's
communicate.
any
stuff.
Yeah, if you're not communicating,
if
there's no
there's-
trust.
Listen, if there's any thirsty dudes listening to this, before you hit that donation button, before you send that Cash App, remember, sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes on the other side of that camera is a hobbit.
I'm not gonna discourage.
It's like, I'm
gonna
hey,
discourage.
Hey,
I'm gonna
bitch,
discourage.
hey, are you a hobbit?
I'm
you-
gonna.
you a
dis-
hobbit?
An entire hobbit,
How ain't you a hobbit again?
and maybe even a
Are you
troll.
a hobbit?
Who doesn't take care of her cats, which is the biggest crime, mind you. Because, I mean, the filth and all that stuff, I mean,
Yeah,
just...
but don't drag the animals into
Yeah,
it.
don't
They
drag it.
didn't.
Take care of the animals
Got
at
cat
least.
turds floating all around your apartment. It's disgusting.
Those
Disgusting.
fumes. Could you imagine the fumes? That's awful.
Yeah,
But
that's a big.
I know this kind of took a dark turn, but
yeah,
No, but I mean, I think it's just whatever the case may be, just be open and honest about what it is you want,
just be honest. Like,
and be honest with yourself. That's like first
Yeah.
and foremost.
and be healthy
Nobody likes
emotionally.
to hear the truth.
Be healthy emotionally.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be lied to.
Like, well,
Everybody wants to be lied to.
Yeah,
everybody does want to. Everyone
They
likes
wanna
to
hear the
hear
truth.
what they.
They want to hear what they want to hear.
And it's just that doesn't work. It doesn't work. But I mean, does anyone else have any thought logic?
What are we talking
Thought
about?
logic. We were talking
What?
about thought logic.
Yeah.
What? I'm not a thought. I don't
Yeah,
know what
well,
this logic
well, yeah.
is.
Then I mean, well,
Well,
Well, but I guess this last
straight
thought
up,
logic.
straight up thoughts, because
Yeah.
we know some here personally. We've
Yeah.
been there, done that. I think we can all attest to that.
I want to appreciate you.
Has
looking at
anyone
me
had
when you
any-
said that.
No, I wasn't looking.
Wait, has anyone had any thought behavior in their past? Who
What?
here's been a thought?
It depends on what you're.
Yeah, what do you
including as
mean?
Thought
Yeah,
behavior.
define thought behavior for me. Yeah, what do you mean?
So we're just gonna
What
mark
are you-
that
what
as
are you
a
saying?
yes.
What
I
are
say
you
I'm
saying?
immune to
What does
I'm
that
immune to
mean?
being
Yeah,
a
what
thought.
do you-
You're
I mean,
immune
no.
to being a thought. How so, sir?
I don't have an Instagram. That's why.
First of all, you can be a thought without Instagram.
You can't, but I
those are
mean,
the
having
worst-
an
Yeah,
All right,
Instagram.
hold
it's
up.
called being a Twitch thought. Yeah.
Yeah, no, those are the worst thoughts because
Ask
they
your-
can't be tracked and or shut down. They're just out here.
They're
Y'all
just out
running
here
around like
firing it up.
y'all-
like mercenaries for hire.
Y'all
You
great
can't
grandmas,
trust them.
y'all great grandmas was out here whoring way before there was a goddamn Instagram, okay? And they were doing it at church. You do not need Instagram to be thoughting around.
I mean,
That's
you
very
know,
true.
that's a fact. It's factual.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never done anything thoughty. I don't think I have.
It
You don't
depends
think
on
you
what
have?
No, I mean that one, but no, that wasn't me. That was
well,
her.
here's the
That
thing,
wasn't
right?
her.
Like,
that wasn't me.
Well, here's
Wait,
the thing, right? I mean,
that
that,
was-
that begs the question: how do you define a male thought?
All right, so one time,
Dwayne.
so one time,
Okay.
this
one
was
time.
just one time. I had a morgy, which is a man orgy, and so like me and 3 other dudes
Mhm.
had a thing together.
Mm-hmm.
Is that thought behavior? I'm gonna throw in that I did
Not
not.
necessarily.
I'm gonna throw in that
Not
I did.
necessarily.
I did not, and still do not know any of their names, and have not seen.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
have
then that
not-
changes it.
and I have not seen or heard anything from them.
That by itself is thoughterry.
Yeah, that's
That's where you
well,
come.
officially, I am a thought. This
Yeah.
whole time, I didn't even know. What a twist! It's like an M Night Shyamalan movie.
Well, there we go.
That is some.
That
I
was
can't
pretty
even talk.
thoughty. So
I
yeah,
can't even
that's
talk
correct.
that story. No,
That's not even the worst of them.
oh god. No, I hooked up with this girl before, and then like I seen her like a couple, like months later, and then like I forgot her name, and I'm like, who? Are, you know, like I couldn't even like.
So that's
remember,
just rude.
I couldn't
So
even
it's not
remember
even-
who she was. Like she
First
came
of
up to
all,
me, I'm
that-
like,
That is not your fault, sir. You need to blame her for being so unmemorable. That's her fault. She didn't make an impression.
Wow.
it
I'm
really
saying.
no, it wasn't the fact that she debatable.
You gotta.
It was a numbers game at this point, and she was just so far back that it was just like, oh well.
And, wow.
Like it was a numbers, and I'm just like, wait, I legit like saw it, and I'm like, She came up to me. I'm like, why is this girl like looking at me like?
Do you
she's
think people?
Inaccurate.
Hold on. Do you guys think people should be shamed for their body count?
No.
No, but
How quick did you rack it up? Because once again, it's about specifics. If you hit 100 bodies spread out, that's different. But if you hit 100 bodies in a matter of 2 months, then yes.
Kuche's a man of nuance, and nuance.
Nuance
Yes.
is key.
yes. Baby.
So okay, let's say
100
someone.
is 100. If I hit 100 in 2019, if it was
I
between
don't know.
January and February or January and December, that's 100 bodies.
So wait a
Wait.
second. Does that mean
the speed of it?
Kuje? Does that mean that you would shame someone who has done bukkake?
Yes.
Wow! Just put it out there. Just
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad if you just put it out there, then yes. But it's like, in my head, I'm
Well,
like,
you can
damn.
respect someone who just is out with it, though.
Cause see, exactly, I can respect you if you're just out with it. But at the same time, in my head, I'm like, yo, you did let like 100 dudes skeet on you at one time. That's wild.
that's wild.
That's wild.
Okay. So if you were dating someone, let's say
One
you
time, that's wild.
you were dating someone who's 29. They've had sex with 30 people. You don't know
All right,
when.
you're looking at me. Well,
I wasn't looking at you.
No, I'm just
I was
saying.
just-
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, am I fucking thought? Like, in this
Is that?
I mean, this is.
Does that apply to you? I'm confused.
I mean, we're talking about in terms of spacing. Like,
Thought number
since,
2.
Since
in the
like
building.
since I was fucking 15, like, is spacing it out like.
Well, I mean, like in terms of thoughterry, though, I mean, isn't being a thought kind of like a lifestyle? Isn't it something that is just it has less to do with how many people you have sex with or who you have
Yeah.
sex with? It's like
I was
it's
just
like when
asking a different question.
When you talk to them or you see them, and you're just like, oh, that person's a thought. You just know it.
Mhm.
True.
I was just asking about body counts.
It's bad body count.
You got a
Well,
bad
I was no name being said, but an example of how bad of how body count can be bad is if you getting dogged out in a bounce house, and then a few hours later, you fucking a dude in the middle of the living room.
First of all, that sounds like an experience, and I think that people are
It's not
haters.
the same dude.
Yeah,
when is
that's
the the last
that's
time?
That's a bad body count, bro.
When
that's
is the
like-
last time you ever had sex in a bounce house? You sound
The
jealous.
sex in the bounce house is a win. But
When?
you follow it up a few hours later,
Maybe the motherfucker in the bounce house didn't do it right, even with all that extra bounce, and you had to get it taken care of the right way.
No,
possibly, but I mean, it's kind of quick.
Bro, if you
Kinda
can't,
quick. There's still prior
that
dick.
is what.
There's still prior dick leftovers
That's what
floating around in your orifice.
That's what showers are
And
for.
that bitch ain't take no
She-
shower.
there was no showers going on.
How
in
do you
there.
know this was a female?
It-
What if
They
it's
know-
a male?
they know
Would you
this-
say
it
the
wasn't
same
a male.
thing?
What if it's a dude?
This is literally a personal story. This is
Even
happening.
if it was a dude,
Clearly,
even if it was a
clearly.
dude, even if it was a dude, and you still got prior, you gotta at least let the prior stuff, get the fuck out of there. Bro, you
No,
can't just be mixing
You
stuff together
don't.
like that.
Yes, you can.
I mean, you can,
You
but I
can.
mean, you
possible.
gotta respect
It's
your
possible.
orifices, bro. You can't just be mixing up the medicine like that. That's how you get sick. That's how you get sick. That's how you
yeah,
get sick.
but
I've mixed multiple medicines together, and I had great times. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
but-
not
yeah.
sick.
yeah, that was that was like under 2-3 hours.
It was a close time.
It was the time frame was too close.
All right, question though: are the dudes that banged her is the second dude that banged her in the living room just as dirty as the chick?
Possibly.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, did he know that she got banged in that bounce house before he banged her in the living room?
He did not, but there's arguably a chance that
It wouldn't have stopped.
It was. It didn't.
He wouldn't
Even
have
if
cared?
it wouldn't have stopped him.
Does
so
that
yeah.
make him as gross?
He did. In the end, he did feel like, oh, well, it wasn't. He didn't feel. He was like, yeah, I fucked up. I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah. All the clarity always happens after the cum. Everything's so clear after the cum. Oh my god.
That's
After everyone comes, we're all
I believe the proper.
post nut clarity,
We're
baby.
all
That's right. Yeah,
scared.
that's the
That
term.
shit. That shit has stopped me from getting into all kind like
Dudes have
messing
epiphanies.
with women I shouldn't have like.
Wait, okay, so hold on.
You have a
Here's
fucking
the next
breakthrough.
thing.
Gotta
then.
get that first nut out the way.
Okay.
Get your head clear, then
So,
you proceed with
Listen,
caution.
you're talking about a first nut, right? What about your first impression of someone? Okay, because if your first impression was that you liked this person,
Segue.
then right? See that?
Oh, well,
you saw that?
yeah, that's good.
If-
I like that.
But if you see like, oh, I like this person, whatever, and then for whatever reason you guys end up doing the do, and then you have this first nut, you're like, you know what? I don't like this person, and like, so what? I mean,
like, okay.
have you
I
ever
would
had a
say-
bad first impression?
Yeah, like
have
a
you ever?
Chrysler 300 looks amazing. It's great. It's fucking amazing. And then you see a fucking Phantom pull up on the side of it, and it's like, oh well, I like this car better. It's two different things.
Something can look nice and still be crappy underneath.
Well, yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's the
you
thing,
know,
right?
somewhere.
First,
Has that happened to you?
that's
For-
what,
first,
like,
I got
that's
a good personal story, and first impressions are important for the animal brain, right? For like that part of you that's like, oh, I don't want to think too much. I want to make a judgment on the spot. It happens automatically. It's like a
Automatically.
So, I had a friend that I used to work with at SeaWorld, really cool guy. His second impression was more important than his first impression because he went on a date with this girl and they fucked or whatever, and then afterwards
Wait, they fucked on the first night.
yeah, on the first.
Okay.
And then, but like, no, they hung out and then they fucked on the second night. Second night, he goes and like they just finished having sex. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go clean up or whatever," and then he goes to the bathroom and then he sees her putting a turkey baster in his condom.
Time to go.
It's time to
This
stay
bitch
and
brought
make
a
sure
turkey base.
First of all, it is not time to go. It's time to stay and make sure you get your semen back from that crazy bitch that is stay.
It's called.
Excuse me.
It's called. I'm friggin' telling.
Excuse me.
First of all, you cannot
freaking
steal
yelling.
semen.
Yes, you have.
If you do it right away, you can.
You can do that.
If you do it right away, you can.
I'm paranoid.
Absolutely. It's called artificial insemination. I do think lesbians
No,
do.
I know that
can
you
do it.
can do it, but I'm saying like people shouldn't be doing that without permission.
And this is why I
It's
advocate
not for permission.
This is why I feel like men should advocate for male birth control.
There is male birth control.
There is,
There's
but
a
it
pill.
was
There's
More-
a pill for dudes to take now.
Is
yeah,
it?
they got all sorts of stuff.
They just
now.
don't want to do it.
Like they got this Vasagel stuff that just
'Cause
seals
dudes
your
are
shit up
lazy.
and then it washes
And we
away.
feel like
It's
we can-
100% reverse rate.
We feel like we can just throw our cum wherever we want.
Hand me a pill. Hand me a pill. I will gladly take that shit.
The male birth control is
I will
out, sir,
take it.
daily. Are you
Let me-
taking it right now?
Let me. How much does it cost?
That's a great question. I don't have the answer to that.
Someone pull up the facts. Pull up
Only
the
way
facts.
I'm taking it is if it has adverse, like it has the
If it's
effects.
birth control for
like
men,
the
I'm
opposite
assuming
of
it's not
what it
that
has for
expensive.
women.
No, Vasagel is the
like-
way to go, man.
Like
Forget
instead
pills.
of gaining weight, I just get like super like jacked. I get down to like 5% body fat.
That's
Then
not
I'll
gonna happen.
So
take
you're
it.
saying though he had a great first impression of her. It's like,
They
oh
went on a
man,
date, yeah.
you guys are. This girl's great. I like her. And then it's like, damn, this bitch nuts.
Yeah, second impression was seeing her with a turkey baster in his condom.
But
See, I
But
had
the fact that
didn't
she
punch-
brought
he
a
didn't
turkey
punch her?
baster.
He didn't fucking punch her. I would be like, what do you do? Fucking
Imagine
doing?
who else has she done this to?
So he went into the bathroom and just saw, like, he opened the door, like, "Hey, I'm leaving," and then
Well, she was taking an unusual amount of time, and he's like, "What the hell is going on?"
in his bathroom or her bathroom.
In her bathroom.
That's despicable.
So she must have had a turkey baster under the sink or something like that.
Oh, so this was at her house.
Those are her house.
Oh, I was about to say she brought a fucking turkey
This is just a
baster
regular
with
Friday
her.
night for her.
She probably has before, though. I mean, she probably has before.
No, but she's definitely done this before.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
This
like,
isn't her first time.
that's premeditated.
Is that,
You don't have a turkey baster in the
is
bathroom.
turkey basting a fetish? Is that a thing?
I've never.
There is a fetish
I can't-
for
I
everything
don't.
out there, sir. I
'Cause
forgot what the name of the rule is, but
let me come across. I'm drop kicking her.
just
It's
like
gonna happen.
just bro.
If someone was
What are you
basting,
I will say in reference to first impressions, I never had a high opinion of her, but I at least had a decent opinion of her. But after we fucked, I was like, damn, I really wish you would leave her.
Well, first impressions are like artificial. I mean,
Yeah.
they're superficial because they're majorly off of looks. Like the first impression,
Yeah.
the first thing you do is see a person,
Yeah.
and it's off of looks. So of course, it's not going to be You're not gonna be able to build something long lasting off the way somebody
see,
looks
mine's
because
more-
looks are not long lasting.
Mine's
You
was
know-
more. My first impression was more based on. It might not be that bad if I hit it, but then I did, and I was like, yeah, I fucked up.
that after nut epiphany right there, bro.
That first nut.
Back again with the post nut clarity.
Your brain will be so clear.
Yo, I've had that. I've had that several times where just like
That's the name of this episode.
post nut. Oh,
Post nut epiphany.
I had one where I like. It's happened to me like at least 3 times where I'm like, I knew I was like, someone was telling me, don't sleep with this broad. Don't do this.
People do not listen to their inner voice,
and then it turned out being a shit show. It was just like, this broad is crazy.
Your inner voice knows.
Talking about
No, I think that you should have listened to your gut feeling.
Well, listen,
Yeah. But
real,
that was
time.
then you wouldn't catch me like that now though.
well, real
Never
talk though.
be.
Post nut clarity isn't always of like a relationship or sexual nature. Sometimes if you're like with an established partner, you get like the biggest epiphanies post nut clarity. Like, have you guys ever had that? Like, totally unrelated to sex.
You get the biggest epiphanies always. Like, bitch, you need to get out of here.
No, where you're just like,
I just came and now
like,
I'm
and
no
people,
longer
and people
interested.
think, and people think that you're just like distracted or something like you don't care about them. It's not that. It's that you're just having these big spiritual woke moments, you know?
So yeah, I'm thinking about life and doves flying and fucking.
What?
What's the Prince song? Why do doves cry? Whatever the fuck it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about that kind of shit. Like you, shut up.
Okay,
Give
so
me a sandwich.
anyways, I've had, I feel like most of my first impressions have been pretty fucking accurate. Most of the time. And but there are things that could change my first impression, but then we always end up circling back, Like I had this coworker where I first originally met her because she was visiting the office where I worked after she had left because I replaced her. And I just thought, every time I saw her, damn, this bitch seemed really fake. But I didn't know her. I don't know you. I don't know what you're about. So whatever. And then she ended up coming back to work there. And we, I kind of was kept keeping a distance at first, but then, we had a lot of stuff in common. And I was like, oh, you know what? This girl's actually really cool. And we became friends. And, we were super cool, great, all this stuff for 2 years. But guess what? That bitch was fake as fuck. It turns out.
Should have went with the gut instinct. Should have beat
My
her
first
ass
impressions
day one.
were correct. And, it's not that she did anything, because it was just the way that she, smiled and laughed. I was like, that shit don't feel right. I don't like it. I think your first impressions, yeah, obviously people's looks, it's super, super superficial, but I think you still, get just different vibes and energies off of, how they're looking. Not necessarily the way they look, their skin tone and, hair type, but, just the whole composition of everything about them. You know what I mean?
The first impression is important, but it's overall, the time is the only judge of true character. Only time can tell, with situations, certain stress, because you think about it, a lot of times you meet people, you're not meeting them in your dire moments or whatever, when you really need somebody. It's everything is chill and nice. Then you find out through trial and tribulation what that person is really.
Well, I think a lot of it is, it's about listening to your gut instinct. I think the thing is in the example with you, it's you have to take your instinct, and if they turn out to feel like they're cool, but don't discard your instinct and then just put it on the passenger seat. And it's about being cautiously optimistic.
Well, no, trust me, I was cautious.
Yeah.
Because I always, even when we were friends, there were certain things about, work that I just still wouldn't necessarily talk to her about because I was...
Yeah, you had to notice that there's still something, you weren't 100% in
Yeah.
there, and it's important to do that, right? If you have that initial instinct to say, hey, I don't like this person, I don't trust this person, then, always be okay, I'm going to give them a chance, but still be cautiously optimistic.
But then I feel bad because then I'm like, damn, well, what if someone feels that way about me? And it becomes a super, I don't want to say I have a need for people to like me, but I definitely, there's a whole backstory and we're not going to get into it. But, I would prefer to not be not liked. So if I feel I don't know. It's just, it's interesting. I want to make a good first impression on people, But apparently, like, I come off as snooty.
Yeah, I
like
did.
that's
When I
what's
first- when I
that's been the consensus.
when
I
I
come off
first-
as bitchy, kind of standoffish, snooty. That's what people typically think
When I
they
first met
meet
you,
me.
I did not like you.
You're not the first person to tell me that.
I was
You were not the first
like,
person
when
to tell me.
I thought you were gonna lie. When I first met Dandy, I looked at it, I was like, I do not fuck with this nigga. Can't even lie. It's just a vibe of like, damn, she thinks she better than niggas. This motherfucker.
But I don't, and you know this. So it's
All
like,
right, no,
first impressions can obviously be wrong because
hold on,
anyone who
'cause-
thinks I'm snooty.
No, I remember the first time I met you, which also happened to be the first time you met Jay. And you walked in this fucking apartment.
Okay,
and
we're going to keep bringing this up.
The first thing you fucking said to him was, "Damn, you short." and the niggas out and I was like, "Well, damn, she's kind of rude." Like,
I didn't know that man like that.
I was like, I said, "God damn!" And not only did you do that, you farted on his beanbag, and he was just like, he took that as an act of you taking complete dominance over his house, like sunning him in his own place.
Oh, so you just gonna
Okay,
come over
hold
here
on.
and fart?
Hold on.
You gonna call me short? You gonna fart in my apartment? Oh, okay. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, but Zav is fucking cool as shit. So it's like,
Well, to be
you
fair,
know, was that?
And also,
was that
I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't intentionally fart. Okay, I was
But you
asleep.
intentionally called him a short ass nigga.
I did intentionally
in his own
call him
apartment.
Okay, to be fair, so I had only talked to him on PlayStation, and then I just had assumed, I don't know,
You assumed that he was a short.
that he
nigga.
was taller, and then like when I met him, he wasn't,
Wow.
and then I just,
you know,
I know now
remember-
that's not an
I
appropriate way
remember
to
being
greet
at
people.
at the door on I was sitting on the couch and they walk in and Jake goes to open the door and just I'm like, see Kutre, I had just started. I had been hanging around you a little bit before that, and I had heard of you, but I had never met you. So this is my first time meeting you too. And she comes and goes, "Damn, you shorter than I thought." And I was just like, "Yeah, god damn." But Javon was like, "Oh." He had put his hands on his head. Oh, okay.
Superman pose.
Okay.
What do you say to that?
He had
Also,
no rebuttal.
not that age is an excuse, but I was like 18 or 19 at the time, and I just, you know, I don't know, man. I
Assuming
thought it
men
was
are bigger.
I mean,
know.
something nostalgic though. This whole conversation talking about how
That shit
short
was
Jay
fucking
is.
hilarious.
It reminds me of that, and Kutre probably and DJ probably remember this meme. But remember the meme where they made him look super short, and they said his shorts look saturated.
I remember that shit.
You guys did that to Jay?
Yeah.
Did what?
We took a
Gosh.
picture.
That nigga's shorts
Somebody
saturated.
took a picture. Somebody cropped out Jay's face. They put him on this like badly MS Paint drawing. I was like, his body with like some short shorts on.
Y'all ain't shit.
And Don Juice was like, "Why that nigga shorts look saturated?"
Y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, first impressions. I remember the first time meeting Jay, like back in fucking elementary school. Like this motherfucker's annoying. This fucking nerd. And he was like, probably like, "Yo, this nigga's loud as shit. Don't shut up." But like, we like brothers. We best of friends. So it's like first impressions.
They're
can
not
go-
always accurate,
Yeah,
you know. But your gut,
It does
But
make
your
sense.
gut
your
instinct.
gut is pretty.
Yeah, because
Your guts are-
there's been times where
Sorry.
I've gone with the gut instinct and been like, "Oh, I was fucking right about that motherfucker. Like that shit worked the fuck out."
all the
Mhm.
time, bro.
This
You're in
motherfucker
your
was trying
house,
to-
getting ready. You like look at something. You're like, I need to grab that thing. You're
Yeah,
like, "Nah,
I need to grab that strap.
Something
bro.
tells
I'm
you
about
like,
to
hey, I need to grab that thing, and then you leave it, and you need that shit.
Yeah,
No, yeah, you know,
you
honestly,
need it so bad.
I've been learning to listen to my first impressions more often because I do this thing where I want to see the best in people, and I always like just, you know, I want to trust that
You
they're.
second guess
Yeah.
yourself.
I second guess myself, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna give this person a chance. It's just part of my personality. I really like try to like trust
well,
people.
I mean, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with trying to see the good in people, but I feel like now, because I've been through some shit where it's like you trust people, and then you end up getting fucked over in the end. So it's like kind of being not judging people from the go, kind of giving them a chance to prove themselves. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you this opportunity. If you fuck it up, then I know excuse me,
At
that
least I gave you a chance.
yeah, like I gave you
I didn't
like
just fucking dismiss you right
Yeah.
away.
you know, because sometimes like you have somebody who's fucking wronged you in the past or whatever, and you meet somebody new, and they've kind of given you the vibe of that person that hurt you in the past or individuals that hurt you in the past. So you've already started to treat them. Yeah, and it's like, well, you can't do this to me. Like
I
don't
karaoke that song.
That's a jam.
It's like you can't. Why are you? It's like it's kind of unfair to judge somebody else new based off of your perception of them based on someone
unfair.
else. So
But
it's like
it is also what keeps you safe.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
You know,
too,
here's the thing: being woke is contradictory. People, okay?
You say so.
You have to
y'all woke niggas
understand
take a nap.
that there are two sides to fucking. Not even two. There's multiple sides to everything. There is no one yes or no. Like both things are
the
equally
issue
correct.
with being woke is people want to be woke 24/7, and you need to sleep eventually. At the end of the day,
these niggas need naps.
You need to have some hours to sleep so that your brain can process shit.
Yeah.
You can think about the shit that you cannot understand while you're awake. You need to
exactly.
You woke
subconsciously.
senoritas. Y'all motherfuckers need siestas.
Y'all need a motherfucking.
Anyways,
quick.
all right, listen,
3-hour
y'all.
nap.
Listen, okay, listen. We're at like an hour, so if y'all have something else you want to say, we made it through 2 fucking things.
Excuse me.
We need-
Excuse me.
No.
We've been failing on going through these subjects, and if we don't, we're gonna
before we
talk about,
we're not gonna quit.
the
before we
Talk
talk
about the pussy.
No, hold up. We're gonna get to the bussy in a
First
minute.
of all, no.
But we're not gonna move on.
know
We're
what?
not gonna say another goddamn word.
First of all,
if we don't, but we're gonna honor the motherfucking legend,
you
the
better.
man, John motherfucking Weatherspoon.
Excuse me. Witherspoon.
Wither.
Whatever.
Like Reese.
Wait, is he
Can we get
related?
a round of
Is he
applause?
related to Reese?
He's
No,
not related.
but he probably would have went bang, 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 bang. All
Hold
up
on.
in
Were
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese's great grandparents the slave owners of John Witherspoon's family?
Shit.
That could be.
whoa,
Wow.
Can of
Shit.
worms, my nigga.
Let's not.
Yeah, let's not let
not-
this
That's
be the.
all I'm saying is that's a pretty unique name.
It is very
What?
specific.
It's
very specific.
pretty
name.
specific.
But, yeah, can
and,
we get a moment of silence for or
respect the-
applause?
respect-
Moment of silence for
the king.
Pops, please.
respect the king? Bang, bang, bang.
But honestly,
R.I.P. Granddad.
alright, motherfucking
That's
P, bro.
probably what
We're
I'm-
never gonna get another season of Boondocks.
That's
Not that
probably
that's the
what
most
I'm-
important thing
Well,
here, but it is a
we
very
don't know
disappointing aspect.
we don't know if they've recorded any or not. So he might have like started an episode or two.
Well, they were working on the
Yeah,
new
they were
episodes,
working
so
on
they
it,
have
so-
some new stuff out there
But yeah, that is sad.
with
like,
the original writer.
he was in Boomerang. He was in fucking all the Friday movies.
This guy was doing TV.
He was hilarious.
This guy was
And
doing.
he was a fucking great.
This man
stand-up
is a
comedian.
legend. He was doing TV with Richard Pryor.
Yeah,
in
he
the
was
70s.
touring with
He
Richard
is
Pryor.
He is a legend.
That shit was
Everybody's
so sudden.
pops. The Wayans brothers was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wayans brothers.
I mean, come on, bro.
like
He is a
the
staple
way-
in black culture. And
Oh,
all
yeah,
of y'all
big time.
motherfuckers who like to pick and choose which parts of black culture you want to participate in and care about, okay? Well, care about him, okay?
Excuse me.
the
I am
motherfuckers
definitely
we
going
ain't
to
talking
pick.
to them.
I'm definitely going to pick and choose some shit in black culture because.
Okay, well, I didn't mean, we're not, let's not make it too
I'm
political,
sorry.
okay? We're not,
Respect for
we're
the-
not
Alright,
going there.
Respect for the guy.
The motherfuckers who ain't picking pops, they gotta go.
Respect for the guy, John Witherspoon.
But like
Yes.
it was like the way he would eat food on camera, like
Yeah.
like he had a certain way of just eating food.
That's
It
why
was
he had a
just,
goddamn
like,
heart.
nobody.
That's why he had a
else could
goddamn
do
heart
that.
attack. 'cause he was
Did
eating
he
all that greasy
inspire
ass
all
food.
those people who just like record themselves like eating fucking food? And,
I
like,
don't know about that, nah. But he did
Pops
a
mukbang.
no. He had a cooking show. He had a cooking show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't
And
remember
the
the
Wayans
name.
brothers, you mean?
No. He had a cooking show like that.
He had a YouTube cooking show in real life.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
and he would
yeah.
just be up there with a hat and an apron on, fucking like.
Loved it, man.
Yeah.
He was
so
Pops
funny.
for real, bro. He was.
Hey, he was but he was authentic. Like you weren't getting somebody who was fake. Like he was 100%. Like
That's what they
and
said.
he was always hilarious.
People
like,
said you could never tell he was famous because he always treated people
yeah.
with respect.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
next
really
subject,
awesome.
please, so I can start punching people in the face.
The next subject was Lizzo.
No,
What about her?
That's
Well,
I don't know.
no.
You put her on the board.
No, he
What about
brought
Lizzo
her up.
fast?
No, well, it ties into the John Witherspoon shit because she made a post about like, oh, R.I.P. Pops, but then she like plugged her album or some shit or like whatever.
Did you see this alleged tweet?
Huh?
Did you see what happened?
Yeah, she got fucking flamed for it.
She needed to get flamed. Don't fucking put
then
your goddamn tour dates
then,
in the goddamn and Pops is fucking.
Yeah, don't.
Listen,
do
then
that.
I read
That's
up more
just
about
tacky.
it, and people find that she just like people like, yo, I can't stand that fucking fat bitch Lizzo, fucking annoying. I'm like, yo, God,
Whoa.
the hate
Because
confirmed.
people are sick of hearing chicks saying, "I'm 100% that bitch." No, everybody's irritated
That
with
song's
that.
honestly,
You're annoying the
been
shit
a
out of me.
lot.
It's been too much.
lot.
First of all, the song is 3 years old, so it's already 3 years old.
I didn't
We've
know.
been hearing "I'm 100% that bitch" for 3 years.
Yeah.
It
And
is
then
really
she tried to
fucking
fucking
old.
trademark it. That shit is old. Strippers have been saying that shit since 2009. Your shit is late.
Yeah, long.
Stop
long
trying to
before
fucking
her.
trademark every goddamn
but
phrase that
she's-
you niggas is saying.
She's made by
Nothing
made by
is
Whiteman.
new, huh?
She's made by Whiteman. She's a Whiteman plant.
Yes, because she was popping in the UK. Because they don't care about size that much out there.
That is
Fight me.
Yeah, nobody's gonna fight you on that. You spot on.
This is America.
They don't care about
Cheerio.
They don't care about they don't care about
Cheerio.
size or sun out there in the UK. They don't give a shit about any of it.
Yeah, well,
But
this
no,
is-
I thought that was like the hate confirmed, like, because all the like tags of her on like it was just like, fuck you, Lizzo, you fucking stupid. I'm like, god damn.
That's because people are angry about
The
fucking
tweet of
John.
what she said was, I'm not
Oh,
gonna
I was
lie,
looking for it.
I'm still sad about Pops, but I gotta do promo. That was a
Oh.
tweet.
Excuse me, you can do promo separate
do
of
promo
including
separate, like-
including Pops' name.
yeah.
What was the point of that?
You didn't need to do
but
that.
then I heard like from that, like from the final, she said she said some other like wild shit or whatever. So, and then she go off on
This just sounds like you're personally upset with Lizzo, and I don't feel like it's worth spending any more time on.
how. Shut
I'm just
up.
kidding. I'm sorry.
It's not about
It's
Europe because I'm irritated. Don't fucking include Pops in your goddamn promotion.
Yeah,
bitch.
that was read.
I understand you want to promote. Put a goddamn video of you playing a fucking flute on that has nothing to do with this man that died. That is literally the fucking father to all these niggas in the 90s whose goddamn moms put them in front of TVs because they didn't have shit for them to do.
Mhm.
This nigga was Pops. Put
He's
some respect
Pops.
on his motherfucking name. And
Say
don't
it
come in the bathroom
Say it
for
again.
35 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, put some respect on my
35
name.
to 45
Okay, can we
minutes.
get into the fucking elephant in the room before this show is over?
Oh,
I am going to punch somebody in the face if people keep using the phrase "boy pussy." That shit is not
Wait, do you
real.
prefer saying bussy then, or is it just the whole package?
Pussy,
Because
anything.
if someone says boy pussy, I agree. I don't like
Here
saying
is
boy
my
pussy,
deal.
but pussy's fun.
Here is my deal.
I like saying
males
pussy.
males don't have vaginas, so they don't have pussies. So nothing that you fucking do is gonna get you a bussy. No combination of anything. There's no bussy. That's not a fucking thing. They got assholes, and their assholes get fucked sometimes.
No, listen, Atrell. Listen, Atrell. The logic is very simple. Guys fuck pussies. Gay guys fuck boy pussies.
No, that's not fucking true, and that's what.
Because
here's the thing that.
This open up a whole.
I'm sorry.
can
This
of
is what
worms.
irritates me because the thing that's happening is you're throwing that fucking bussy shit out there to try to fucking masculate yourself so that it seems like you're not fucking gay, but you're gay because you're banging dudes' assholes. This is what it is. So let's be honest about what's fucking happening. And stop bullshitting. You're banging a dude's asshole. It's not a bussy. It's not a pussy. You're not fucking a goddamn straight dude. You're banging an asshole. And that's what it is.
Now I can see where you're coming from that, like trying.
That's what it is. It's not a pussy. It's an asshole. You're fucking a dude's asshole.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Well, maybe
You don't need to guess because it's an asshole.
No,
Anatomy is a thing. Facts are things.
No.
Guys have assholes.
No, I'm saying
everyone has.
an
Everyone
asshole.
should.
Everyone
have
has,
an asshole.
and that's my thing too. Chicks also have assholes. You don't call them fucking
You could
girl.
call-
Girl butt pussies.
Wait. So our
Why
girl,
do you don't make up a new
I got a
term?
question. I got
Hold
a
on.
question.
Wait.
What do you call a dyke's asshole?
First of all, Dyke's not right. But what? You call it?
Right,
You call it an asshole?
Well, could you call it a bussy?
But yeah. Oh yes, because technically,
No, you can't. Because first of all,
technically, she's kind of like a guy.
No, because
What
she's not kind of like a
I
guy.
got one. A trans. I don't know how it works, but the
Male to female or female to male?
female to male.
Guess
Is
what?
that a bussy?
Guys and girls have assholes, and so no.
But if you
No. Never.
But if
Never, ever.
Listen, but if the person identifies as a boy and you fuck them in the pussy, but they identify as a boy, is that
But
not
they-
now a boy?
wait, no,
pussy?
No,
You mean
that
if
is
they-
a pussy on a boy. But it's
So
not
it's
a,
It's not a boy pussy.
it's not a boy pussy. Because when
Sir.
you're talking about boy pussies, you're
Sir.
talking about assholes. Which that's not an asshole.
You know, you first said the term boy pussy. So are we talking?
I didn't first say that term.
No,
I am
I'm saying
not
you
claiming
said that you
term.
had
Yeah.
an issue
I'm
with
gonna
the
go
term.
on the
He came
record
out-
and say that
he-
that is fucking
he came
disgusting.
He came out in the beginning and said that he doesn't fucking like
I do
that
not.
term.
I,
Well,
Yeah,
let
that's what I'm
me-
saying. So can you apply the term then to a boy with a pussy? A boy with a pussy. Is that now
there
a
are no
pussy?
boys with pussies.
So are you erasing trans men?
Blah blah blah. Let me tell you.
Wow,
let's,
bitch,
let's,
I'm the
let's
baby.
get into this right now, okay? You can feel like whatever the fuck you want to, but goddamn, anatomy is anatomy. And if you have a dick, I'm sorry, you're probably a boy or hermaphrodite. There's not that many hermaphrodites out there, but there are a lot of boys out there. And you got a dick, and so you're a boy. And I don't give a fuck what you do with it. If you want to get fucked in your asshole, that's fine, but you're not getting fucked in the bussy because you're getting fucked in your asshole.
Well, listen.
It doesn't matter.
Drop.
If somebody
No,
fucking,
no, listen.
if we're in biology and someone's like, hey, point out what that is. It's an asshole. It's not a fucking bussy nowhere,
No.
ever, anywhere.
No,
I
listen,
think
listen.
that should be a new thing, though.
What we need to do is we need to create a consensus that pussies are pussies, dicks are dicks, and all assholes are boy pussies.
All right,
Women.
women. All right,
Okay.
so you want our trail
First
to just
of all-
swing on you right now?
All
'Cause
assholes
you're about
are
to go off
pussies.
and
First
beat
of
your
all,
ass
I
for
would like to also include this. None of you motherfuckers fuck dude assholes, so you shouldn't have a right on what they're fucking called. Do you fuck dude assholes? Can we go around this podcast?
No,
Do you
no.
have a right on what they're called?
Oh, like how you
Do you
pointed
fuck
at
dude
Zach
assholes?
first.
I'm pointing at everyone in the room. I want to give everybody an equal opportunity. Zab might fuck assholes too. They're strap-ons. I'm
There
not
are
getting involved in
strap-ons.
this. I'm reading this BDSM book right now. I'm not going to get involved in this, but they're strap-ons. She could fuck an asshole.
I could.
So
it's
I'm
called
including
pegging.
everyone.
It's called pegging.
This
Yeah,
is,
no.
this is what inclusion is about. I'm going to include everybody.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
So
know.
she could
I don't
fuck
have.
an
I don't have the
Look,
authority.
I don't have.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
have a
act-
horse
Do you fuck them?
race
Do you
at
fuck
all.
them? Do you fuck them?
But listen,
They're not
listen.
pussies, they're
I have a
assholes.
counter argument though. I have a counter
But I
argument.
do have an asshole.
Listen, I have a counter
Okay,
argument.
and if someone fucked you in that asshole, would it be a bussy all of a sudden?
I have.
No, it wouldn't.
I have a counter argument.
Okay.
The guy who made the song "Throw That Boy Pussy," he is a gay rapper.
Is
And
that the
he
name
does
of the
fuck
song?
assholes.
That
And
boy.
therefore,
That is the name
he
of the
has.
song.
Therefore, because he fucks assholes, he has the.
He has the
authority.
right to
Just-
the.
Just because some ignorant ass people throw out that it's a bussy doesn't mean that's what it is. There's a whole fucking group of people that think that the fucking world
But
is
listen,
flat.
listen. Okay, but
The
I'm
flat
really,
earthers,
Don't
flat
trust-
earther. No, excuse me, flat earthers are out there.
I'm really
That does
strong
not
on
mean
this
that the
idea
earth is
though
flat.
that a trans man, meaning a girl who is, she's a dude now or whatever because she's doing hormones and cut off her boobs and whatever, but still has a vajiji,
If she's doing hormones, then she's got her clit's growing.
but it's still a
So she-
vagina. So then now, but she's a boy, so
By the-
she has a boy
By the
pussy.
biological term, still female.
Biologically, she's
but
still a
she's
female. It's not a boy.
outwardly
Yeah,
mostly
yeah.
a boy, or
Okay,
wants
but
to
how
be
do you-
referred to as
how do
boy.
you
So
also-
is that not a boy pussy?
How do you
How's
also-
that not a pussy?
How do you also feel about the female to male transgender people that also have babies and they're like, oh, there's a man that's pregnant? Because that's not a man that's pregnant.
All right, my nigga, my head hurt. I can't keep this shit up.
You're right.
My head hurt.
That is not a man that's pregnant. That is a female
Who became
that
a man.
who became a man that is pregnant. Men cannot get pregnant.
That is correct. You're 100%
So men
correct.
can also
Wait,
not
no,
have
listen,
pussy.
listen.
Hold on.
The
You
first-
said
the-
a female that is a man. How did it even?
A
'Cause she's-
female to male transition.
So she's still.
So
Okay,
biologically
right, yeah.
born a woman with a vagina, but she has a sex change where she gets a dick. She doesn't even have to get a dick. Biologically born a woman and she gets pregnant, but lives her life as a man. That is not a bussy. That is a female
Okay.
who
All
is
right.
pregnant. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. It's still not a bussy.
Man,
That is
look at
disgusting.
Achel is sitting here and he's ignoring kindergarten
Hey,
cop.
hey, yo,
What about Arnold
my
Schwarzenegger?
nigga, we need you. In
What about
fucking-
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, whoa.
You guys?
Talk
Didn't,
about
oh no,
Arnold
not
like
kindergarten
that.
cop. What was that movie? The movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant.
That was Junior with Danny DeVito.
Are we doing fucking 1980s movies right now?
There's a
Because
movie where he was pregnant.
let me tell you about the inaccuracy of fucking 1980s movies.
Go ahead.
Can
Go
we do
off.
this? I'm not doing this. We've already been doing this for like an hour.
No,
and a
we
half.
actually, please don't go off.
I'm not doing
It's
this.
been a while. We'll save it.
Here's what I'm going to say to end this. There are no pussies. If you are a male, you don't have a pussy. If you think you have a pussy, kill yourself.
I personally think my closing statement is I think that is a colloquial phrase. It is slang, and people can call a boy pussy if they want. Honestly,
You
I think
cannot
it's
call
catchier.
a boy pussy around me and expect me to put my dick in it. I'm going to say that. This is for you, Atlanta. All of it.
You heard that ATL? That's on you. I got a fucking headache.
I don't give a shit. Come at me, Atlanta.
Yo, shout out to Thoughts, being Polly, fuck Lizzo, and
Fuck Lizzo.
Wait, what's best?
I was going to ask what was y'all's best Halloween. We don't have time. Fuck it. Forget
I've
it.
never had
Who
a
cares?
good Halloween.
Me either. Let's move on.
Shut up.
I was packing for Halloween, so.
Wow.
Is that a dick phrase or a gun phrase?
That was a moving phrase.
It was
Oh,
neither.
you were packing. Oh, different kind of packing. Jesus. The English language is
Neither.
horrible.
You went to,
You got to clear it up.
you went to the sexual or violent option.
Yeah, you
Sex
gotta-
or violence.
You gotta be.
Those are my favorite things.
You gotta be quicker than that. You gotta be smarter than that, bro.
Well then, guys, it's been fun.
We out.
It's been super fun. Super.
Zab, you're a good host. You
Fun.
You doing the thing.
Thank
the
you.
kajiggers.
Thanks.
Working the kajiggers.
I'm honestly trying super hard. So I appreciate your support. And your support.
You're
your
doing
support,
great, Space Boi
your support,
Dandy.
Your support.
Keep it up.
All the
She's gonna-
support.
She's gonna cuss
Your
me
support.
out next week. That's just gonna be a thing.
No.
Yeah, you will.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, shout out to Brabby Podlike for
yeah,
making
he's just he's here, he's
appearance.
chilling.
We
like a
didn't-
motherfucking
We didn't give him
villain.
an intro, but yeah, the nigga's here and
Brad needs no introduction.
He's the god.
Is Brad.
He is the
no.
god.
Oh, that's what nigga. You like Killmonger? That's what it is. What up?
No, you need a few more scars.
I mean, but
Like,
fundamentally,
you need some notches.
The nigga's Killmonger.
I like it.
That's it for me.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
All right,
So
get
we're
on the
gonna-
mic and say, "Is this your king?"
Do it. Do it.
Is this your king?
There you go. This motherfucker is a goddamn star. Fuck Michael
Wow.
B. Jordan. Get Brad B.
Michael
Scott right.
who?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Michael
sorry.
B. Pod
Hey, I was just Itachi Uchiha for Halloween yesterday. Swear. My nails are just purple. Look at this shit. I painted my nails.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on with
I
your
painted my nails
fingers.
purple because I was Itachi. Don't come. At
I
me
thought
like
maybe
that.
you like
This is not drag shit. Okay, I was Itachi. I was a man. I
No.
was a man.
Listen, I just thought you were like coloring your nails or something because I used to do that.
I am thinking about going back to the permanent marker on them to relive my goth days back in high
Like
school.
2009 or something and 8.
2007 is when I graduated. Thank you. I'm 30 and old.
Slam dunk. You just got dunked on, Zab.
I was in 7th grade in 2007, so that's how we're gonna end this episode.
Yeah.
I'm 29, so I'm only 1 year younger than you.
I was born in the 90s and I'm an alien.
I was born in the 90s.
I wasn't born in the 90s. I was born in 89. I was making fun of you.
Oh my.
Well, fuck you. And we're ending this episode. Shout out to all the 90s babies. Obviously, the coolest decade of babies to be born.
That's a fucking
the most sought after babies to be born. These are the coolest babies ever to be born. If any decade from 1990 to 1999, shout out to all those babies.
Kurt Cobain killed himself in the 90s.
Wait, who? Yeah, he did.
For you saying that there's a baby boomer
Get
coming
out.
and they're sleeping.
Get out.
Kurt Cobain blew his head off.
Get out.
Waco,
We're done. We're
Timothy
done.
McVeigh,
End of the episode. End of
fucking-
it. It's done. It's an hour and 20 minutes.
Goodbye.
Get off.
OJ,
Oh my
trial.
God. Take care.
Wait,
Brush your
the
hair.
90s was
Wear
fucking
clean
horrible.
underwear. Don't fuck off. And
No, fuck
post nut clarity.
Yeah, post nut clear.
Okay, bye.